Parties, of course, meeting for the first time in court today. It was about a 90-minute hearing.
This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry.
In a world where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to wait and see. It's coming up soon.
That's all it took for Justin Baldoni to secure his first big courtroom win against Blake Lively. And let's just say, it was enough to send Blake and her legal team into full-blown panic mode. Now, was this the final verdict? No, but it was a major step in deciding how this case will move forward. And honestly, the way things are going, it's not looking good for Blake. If you haven't been keeping up, here's the rundown. Blake Lively hit Justin Baldoni with a jaw-dropping $250 million lawsuit, accusing him of harassment. But Justin wasn't about to take that lying down. Oh no, he fired back with an even bigger lawsuit, a $400 million countersuit, accusing Blake of extortion and defamation.
Actor-director Justin Baldoni is now suing his former co-star Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds, seeking more than $400 million in damages, accusing them of defamation and extortion.
And now, they've finally landed in court. And trust me, this is shaping up to be one of the messiest Hollywood legal battles in a long time. The moment the court session started, Justin's lawyer, Brian Fredman, walked in ready for war. And let me tell you, this man was on a mission. Blake's legal team, they were clearly uncomfortable with how aggressive he was. And honestly, who could blame them? This is the same man who publicly vowed to sue Blake into oblivion. And from the way he was handling things in court, it looked like he meant every word. Blake's lawyers were so rattled, they tried to hit him with a gag order to shut him up. But the judge wasn't having it. Not today.
The judge chose to not impose the gag order on Justin Baldoni's attorney Brian Friedman today, but did threaten to move up the trial if the media press war continued.
The judge ruled against Blake's team, pointing out that her own lawyers had been just as vocal in the media, so silencing Fredman would be completely unfair. And just like that, Justin's team scored their first win of the day. But oh, it gets worse for Blake. Her legal team didn't stop there. They went on to complain that Fredman was too chatty, arguing that his constant interviews and media appearances were making it impossible for them to respond in time.
Blake Lively's lawyer does not like Brian Friedman and says he is being way too chatty about this case to the public, giving them little wiggle room to respond in the court of the public opinion.
Every time Blake's team tried to address something Fredman said, he was already on to the next big revelation, leaving them scrambling to keep up. But did the judge care? Not even a little bit. He shut that argument down, allowing Fredman to continue speaking freely about the case. Another loss for Blake. But the real chaos started when Blake's team realized Justin Baldoni wasn't just fighting this battle in court, he was taking it to the internet. Blake's lawyers were absolutely fuming over the fact that Justin had launched a website dedicated to the case, where he planned to upload evidence, including footage, receipts, and lawsuit documents.
Baldoni's team launched a new website over the weekend, featuring an amended legal complaint and a 168-page timeline of events, including newly released text messages allegedly sent between the embattled stars of It Ends With Us, as well as Lively's husband, actor Ryan Reynolds. One alleged text from Reynolds to Baldoni expresses his excitement about It Ends With Us, writing, "This is gonna be incredible. I happen to adore you, Justin."
According to Blake's team, this was highly improper, but Fredman wasn't about to let them get away with that argument. He fired back hard, reminding everyone that Blake Lively herself had used the media first. She went to the New York Times to air her allegations, and guess what? She only gave Justin 12 hours to respond before they published the story. Before he could even get a word out, the article was already live, tarnishing his reputation.
The lawyer also brought up the website that was put out this weekend, saying Blake's lawyer also complained about Justin Baldoni's new website dedicated to the case, telling the judge they think this is improper. Brian Friedman, his lawyer, defended this, saying that Blake's team is doing the same thing, citing the New York Times article where Blake first made her sexual harassment claims against Justin. He says the paper only gave Justin 12 hours of notice.
And that right there sent shockwaves through her legal team. The frustration was written all over their faces because, let's be real, they know exactly what this means. Fredman is ruthless, and Blake is absolutely terrified of him. For those who don't know, a deposition is when someone is questioned under oath, and everything they say can be used in trial. That means no spinning the story, no dodging tough questions. And from the way Blake's team has been desperately trying to avoid this, it's obvious. She is not ready to face Fredman head-on. Now let's talk about what that really means. If Blake Lively is so confident in her allegations, why is she scared of a deposition? Why is she running from Fredman like he's the boogeyman? If she's telling the truth, shouldn't she be eager to sit down, answer the questions, and let the facts speak for themselves? Instead, her legal team is throwing every excuse they can think of to keep Fredman away from her.
Counsel for Miss Lively has made it clear that Miss Lively does not want Mr. Friedman to be the attorney who takes her deposition. We are unaware of any situation that would warrant the deposed party to have a choice in which attorney takes her deposition. Parties to litigation simply do not have the right to decide which of the other opponent's attorneys may or may not take their deposition or perform any other aspects of the opposing party's case. And essentially, the judge agreed and told her lawyer that she does not get to choose who deposes her.
The judge saw right through it and denied their request. Another victory for Justin. By the end of the hearing, it was crystal clear who walked away victorious. Justin and his team won every single argument in court that day, while Blake's team suffered loss after loss.
Listen to me, Blake Lively. Tap out, call uncle right now. Please take my advice. I don't feel like I am like Octagon side, UFC fight, and you're like, oh my gosh, is this guy's neck gonna get snapped? Please just tap out, be done with this. Ref, please call Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds out. Just call this out. Because I'm telling you, they are not going to win this.
The judge also confirmed that both lawsuits have been consolidated into one case, meaning this isn't going to be a drawn-out back-and-forth legal battle. This is going to be one explosive courtroom showdown. And guess what? The trial is officially set for March 26th, unless they settle before then. But let's be real, Blake is in serious trouble if this case actually makes it to trial. And let's not forget, this battle isn't just happening in court, it's playing out in the court of public opinion too. Blake's once flawless reputation is already taking a hit. Fans are divided, some are standing by her, while others are starting to question her motives. Meanwhile, Justin isn't just sitting back. He's out here gathering receipts, making sure he has everything, every single piece of evidence, to clear his name and turn the tables on her. And the website he launched? That alone is proof that he's not backing down. Honestly, it's a genius move. Blake used the media to attack him, and now he's using the internet to fight back. But at this point, the real question is, should Blake just apologize and move on before she completely destroys herself? Because if she doesn't find a way out of this, she might end up paying Justin Baldoni a whopping $400 million. And let's not forget about Ryan Reynolds. Where is he in all of this? If his wife loses, this isn't just her problem, it's going to cost them big time. $400 million is more than Ryan and Blake's combined net worth. This isn't just a lawsuit, it's financial devastation. Maybe it's time for Blake to swallow her pride and try to fix this before she gets completely obliterated in court. But let's talk about what losing this case would actually mean for her. A $400 million payout? That's career-ending money. That's I'll never work in Hollywood again money. Even with Ryan's fortune, a financial hit this massive would be devastating, and that's assuming her career even survives the damage from all this. Because if she loses, it's not just money on the line. She's losing credibility, reputation, and any chance of being taken seriously again. Hollywood loves a scandal, but it also loves a winner. And right now, Justin is winning. One thing's for sure. This legal battle is far from over. There's going to be more drama, more shocking twists, and probably even more courtroom meltdowns before this is all said and done. So stay tuned, because this tea is just getting started. And let's talk about what losing this case would actually mean for Blake. A $400 million payout? That's not just a financial setback, that's career-ending money. That's I'll never work in Hollywood again money. Even with Ryan Reynolds' fortune, a hit this massive would be devastating. And that's assuming the damage stops there, because let's be real, if she loses, it's not just about the money, she's losing credibility, reputation, and any chance of being taken seriously in the industry ever again. Hollywood loves a scandal, but it also loves a winner. And right now, Justin is winning. The media is already shifting, fans are starting to doubt Blake, and the courtroom losses are piling up against her. If she thought she could bury Justin under legal pressure, it looks like she seriously underestimated him. Because instead of folding, he came back stronger, and now she's the one scrambling. But let's go deeper. What happens if Blake actually loses in court? A $400 million judgment doesn't just mean writing a check and walking away. If she doesn't have that kind of money liquid, it could mean selling off properties, assets, and even dipping into Ryan's wealth just to cover the damages. And that could cause serious strain on their marriage. Imagine the headlines. Hollywood power couple crumbles under legal pressure. Because let's be honest, Ryan Reynolds has built a massive brand, from movies to businesses like Aviation Gin and Mint Mobile. Does he really want his name dragged through this mess because of Blake's decisions? And what about Hollywood itself? Studios, directors, and brands don't like liabilities. If Blake walks out of this trial labeled a fraud or an opportunist, who's going to want to work with her? Who's going to trust her? Even if she tries to make a comeback, will audiences be willing to support her? Meanwhile, Justin is playing chess while Blake's team is struggling to keep up. He's not just fighting in the courtroom, he's winning the narrative online. His website, his legal team's aggressive strategy, his refusal to be silenced, every move is working in his favor. And with each win, Blake's chances of bouncing back get slimmer and slimmer. And let's be clear, this case is far from over. The drama is only going to escalate. There will be more shocking revelations, more courtroom twists, and probably more public meltdowns before this is all said and done. And as for the final verdict, well, let's just say, Blake better hope it doesn't come to that.
We're going to move as quickly as we possibly can and prove our innocence in a world where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
Because if she doesn't find a way to settle, she might be looking at the biggest loss of her life. So buckle up, because this tea, it's just getting started.